Here are 5 things to do if you notice changes to your period or ovulation this January. My name is Denise Brothers. I'm a nutritionist specializing in women's health, hormones, and the menstrual cycle, and I'm also the author of the book, You Can Have a Better Period. So the first thing to do is try to go back to your normal routine as quickly as possible, making sure that you're really prioritizing a great quality night's sleep, and that high quality sleep will provide the kind of bedrock for the rest of your day, and then you can build upon there, especially if you're having issues with your energy levels. The next thing is make sure you're getting your vitamin D levels checked. We don't get any vitamin D from the sun in the northern hemisphere from about November to March. And what I see with my clients is that their vitamin D levels, if they're not supplementing, they do drop in the winter months. So get your levels test. Remember, test, don't guess. Because what we're seeing is that there is a relationship between painful periods and low vitamin D levels. Also, issues around ovulation and irregular menstrual cycles and low vitamin D levels. So, get your vitamin D levels checked. The next thing is prioritize breakfast. We want to start the day with a meal that helps us stabilize our blood sugar levels, because stable blood sugar levels that can help with a lot of different issues around mood, issues with sleep. So you're really looking at how you can add in a meal at breakfast time that has protein, fat, fiber. So thinking about maybe porridge. I know porridge gets a lot of stick these days, but it's a really high fiber meal and it's a really nice base. So you're adding in nuts, seeds, maybe you're adding in some fruits, maybe some nut butter, and that helps up the fat, fiber, greens, stabilize your blood sugar levels so you're not getting hangry. So 11 o'clock, you're reaching for sweets. That fiber, that fat, that protein, it takes longer to digest, and that stabilizes your blood sugar levels, and it means you're almost trying to turn down the food noise a bit with that too. The next thing is to make sure you're going out and you're getting a lot of natural light during the day. So in the morning, especially if you're working from home, getting outside and getting that exposure to natural light, even on the darkest, gloomiest, rainiest days, that natural light helps reduce cortisol. Cortisol is our primary stress hormone. And we need to have some cortisol in our body. It's really important. However, if you're dealing with a lot of stress, maybe residual stress from the holidays, November, December, doing things like natural light exposure is a way that can really help bring a little bit of stability. So get outside, even if it's for like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, get that natural light exposure. And the last thing is just notice how much alcohol and sugar you're consuming. So I talk a lot about things that you're adding in, but it is helpful just to be aware of how often you're having sugar cravings and you're reaching for sugary foods. It's also helpful to just notice how much alcohol you are drinking. These two things, they in high amounts, they can be quite inflammatory, and we don't want to increase inflammation if we're having any issues with our periods, especially painful periods, because when you have your period, you're already in a kind of inflammatory state, and so we don't want to add things that exacerbate that inflammation. Let me know your questions and comments down below.